giant by thine own nature. Brazil is no longer the country of the future and has become the country of the present. Brazil currently has the 7th greatest economy in the world. Its GDP is approximately $3.5 trillion and its HDI is 0.813. That's why it's considered one of the countries with the highest human development. Brazil exports $158.9 billion, standing out in many different segments. It is the 2nd largest food exporter, the 5th largest auto market, and one of the largest producers of oil and minerals in the world. In addition, it is considered 3rd in the ranking of the countries that open the most businesses each year, trailing only behind the United States and the United Kingdom. And amongst the biggest economies in the world, Brazil is one of the countries with the highest percentage of new entrepreneurs. At this pace, Brazil will have 41 companies for each group of 1,000 inhabitants by the year 2020. Investments in infrastructure will surpass the 500 billion reais mark in 4 years. Brazil will open its doors to the world for the 2 biggest sporting events of the planet, the 2014 FIFA World Cup, as well as the 2016 Olympic Games in the city of Rio de Janeiro, and we will surely receive them with open arms. The state of São Paulo. If the state of São Paulo was a country, it would be 3 times bigger than the Czech Republic, 6 times bigger than Switzerland, and 8 times bigger than Belgium. São Paulo is the wealthiest state in Brazil and the main economic, industrial, and technological pole of South America. In addition, it is the largest consumer market of the country. Its GDP was 1.003 trillion in 2008. And its HDI is as high as the richest countries of the world with a mark of 0.8333. 19 of the 20 best motorways of the country are in São Paulo, as well as the largest Brazilian airports, Viracopos International and Guarulhos International. Viracopos International. Located in one of the most important technological poles of the country, the metropolitan region of Campinas is located 20 kilometers from the center of Campinas and 99 kilometers from the capital. It currently represents the 2nd biggest air cargo terminal in this country, responsible for 18.1% of the total cargo movements in Brazil. In 2011, its flow of loading and unloading cargo was roughly 256,000 tons. Its business plan foresees the expansion which will turn Viracopos into the biggest airport of South America, having capacity to transport 61 million people and 3 million tons of cargo a year. The federal government has a bullet train project which will be the first high-velocity train of Brazil, the intended function of linking the 2 principal Brazilian capitals, São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. The bullet train starts from Campinas at the Viracopos airport, passing by Guarulhos airport in São Paulo, and ends at the Galeão airport in Rio de Janeiro on a single 518-kilometer extension line. Indaiatuba, Asset's main office since 2007. The city of Indaiatuba in the state of São Paulo, according to research done by Ferjan, is one of the best cities to live in Brazil due to a good administration as well as to its great location. It is less than 100 kilometers from the capital of São Paulo, less than 20 kilometers from the city of Campinas, and just 10 kilometers from the international airport of Viracopos. It has a great industrial district with approximately 800 industries. The rate of unemployment in Indaiatuba is a mere 2%. That is one of the best unemployment rates in Brazil. Indaiatuba has one of the greatest rates of growth in the country, economically and in population. In 1991, the city had 92,000 inhabitants, and by 2011 had over 200,000. By 1997, it had 96 shops, and today it has over 450. In addition, the city has one of the largest concentrations of German, Japanese, and Swiss immigrants in Brazil. We enjoy many cultural events and gatherings throughout the year. The city is also home to the Helvetia Polo Country Club. With more than 40 polo fields, it is the biggest country club of its kind in Brazil and one of the biggest in the world. Furthermore, Indaiatuba has a beautiful ecological park that crosses about 80% of the city and is one of the greatest urban concepts planned by the renowned urban architect Roy Otaki that brought the city a better quality of life. Itu, Asset branch since 2011. The origin of the Brazilian Republic has its roots in the city of Itu. It has many historical monuments, such as the Convention Museum where Dom Pedro II stayed. It has one of the oldest churches in Brazil and many other tourist attractions. It also has great industries including Skincare, PepsiCo, and Starrett, among many others. Itu also has very good universities growing along with the city. Itu is running to be one of the cities to host the pre-Olympic Games of Rio 2016. Itu has room and facilities to accommodate the athletes and teams of football, futsal, volleyball, basketball, handball, tennis, ping pong, golf, and rugby, among others. Americana, asset branch since the beginning of 2012. Americana is a city with the biggest number of textile industries in Latin America, although since 2011 the biggest growth was in the garment industry with a rate of 18.5%. Today, Americana has just under 14,000 businesses, comprising of over 2,000 industries and just under 10,000 business retailers. It also has over 1,600 service providers. The airport in Americana is an important reference in air traffic around that region, and its revitalization project is in progress. Americana also has an ecological park and one of the best structured zoos in Brazil with 120,000 square meters of space. The population of Americana is now almost 210,000. Its GDP is approximately 6 billion reais and its HDI is 0.840. Americana breathes sports. It has over 45,000 athletes registered in City Hall projects of many different sports. The municipality has a collection of trophies in many different sports and was 9-time winner of the regional games in the last 10 years. City of São Paulo. São Paulo is the main financial, corporate, and merchant center of Latin America. It is the most populated city in Brazil and the 6th most populated on the planet. Its metropolitan region has almost 20 million people. It is the 4th biggest urban region in the world. São Paulo is also the most influential city in the global setting. It is the 14th most globalized city on the planet. The city is known to exert significant influence nationally and internationally in cultural, economical, or political points of view. The city has over 120 theaters and show houses, 71 museums, and 11 cultural centers. It hosts the biggest events in Latin America, with over 70,000 events and shows per year. Altogether, there are over 120 theatrical plays per week, totaling 4,800 a year. The GDP of the city of São Paulo is over $76 billion a year, and its metropolitan region is $147 billion a year. The literacy rate in the capital is over 95%. São Paulo has the highest volume of helicopter traffic in the world and the biggest fleet of private jets and helicopters, surpassing New York in 2008 with over 800 private jets. It has 3 airports, Congonhas, Marte, and Guarulhos. The city of São Paulo has the biggest luxury market in the world. With an enormous buying power, it has been the aim of the major brands of the world, and it's the only city with 2 Tiffany stores, 4 Mont Blanc stores, and is the biggest Ferrari reseller on the planet. The city has over 1,500 national and international bank branches. These are some of the reasons we chose São Paulo to house our commercial offices, having a perfect location in the capital.